Free Paul Pogba, because testosterone is frowned upon when he uses it. But when this Alan Maturo guy has the most testosterone I've ever seen on the screen, I don't see the police coming to arrest him the same way they arrested Pogba. So, yeah, man, a lot of quality, but slight mental fatigue in certain areas. But he's still great. Play him centre back and left back. He'll do a solid job, bro. Has anybody ever tried to offer you steroids? Yeah, I'll go on the screen. Alan Maturo. And now you remember the mental frustration that he had before. Yeah, well, it's almost as good as gone. You just need to extract the last bit of dust out of him. I imagine that will happen naturally with a couple more years of development. Unlike a lot of the players in this experiment or video that I'm doing, he's played his games. He's got a lot of appearances, so that's why he's been able to get rid of the dust. Samed Bazda, see now, I've seen him after a couple years, yeah, and it reminds me of, let's say the guy who created the sandwich came back and created something equally as monumental or memorable or important, something with equal significance. He created that again. That's what it looks like in the future with this guy's stats, man. It's incredible. We will never forget it, bro. It's beautiful. Yeah, they ruined it. Told you, listen, if you don't play him, what do you expect is going to happen? AC Milan bought him, and they played him for one game. What are you doing? That's the equivalent of stunting his growth. That's the equivalent of giving him 1 million cigarettes when he's having his growth, but you just ruined it. He was going to be 6'5", now he's only 6'1". Serdar Sachi, see now he's doing it for the Turkish men, then, which I always appreciate. I'm always a fan of that, yeah, cool. But I think he's got exponential potential. But the only problem is he needs GPS, bro. You know that chip that Elon Musk just recently showcased, whatever. Yeah, he needs one, but with tracking, so he can get in the right positions. That's all he needs, and then he'll be an unstoppable force, bro. It's like the force of a wave that crashes into the ocean. That's how he's going to be at centre back. You can't stop that, bro. After a couple years, he looks signable. Really signable. The position is only gone up by 1 in this experiment, and he hasn't even played too many games. When you look at it, look at the appearances. He's barely kicked a ball. 7 appearances for Fulham. Fulham bought him. Besiktas bought him, played him a bit more. This is what I'm saying, man. You got to treat these youth with respect. These are the careers of the future legends that we're talking about here, man. Omar Keder. Look at the stats, bro. He's 16 and he looks like this, yeah? Man is so young. He's still got his left leg. He's still pulling his left leg out of the womb. That's how young he is, yeah? He's just fresh out of the womb. Fresh into this thing. And somebody's already put a ring on his finger. He's already going to Aston Villa, bro. Reminds me of the time I was at the gym. I approached a girl and she came out saying, I'm married. True story. And I said, whoa. I gotta get the hell out of here before I get fly kicked in the back of my head by the husband. I didn't need that in my life, bro. You better stay over there. And yeah, these stats, Jesus Christ. I'm not surprised they put a ring on his finger at 16. Omar Keder. Listen to this, yeah? This is why you put your youth in favourable situations. So if you've got a creative player, don't send them to the Lions Den. Don't send them to Millwall, bro. Because I don't know if you remember, but once upon a time when he was 16 years old, he had 14 passing, which I'm expecting by now to be at least 16, yeah? Why is it 9, bro? You send him to the king of anti-football. I don't even watch them, but I can't imagine it looks good on the pitch, bro. Sebastian Boselli, you know what? I signed him recently for my online save. You can check that out. And you know what? He's pretty solid. I have to give it to him, but he is a walking contradiction. The guy has 17 natural fitness, but he is injury prone. It kind of defeats the purpose. It's like water that dehydrates you, you know. You're just playing against me now. You're not really doing your job, you know what I mean? But when he does play, puts in solid performances in the Premier League as well. That's why he's here, because he's young and I think he's got a bright future. I originally signed him to play centre-back, but it didn't last too long. After I saw him get shifted with 11 strength, it wasn't worth it, bro. Sebastian Boselli. See, now, are you going to put your faith in someone that hasn't developed properly like this? You see what I mean? Sebastian Boselli's flipping stays back at all-time trait, doesn't even look good anymore with his 16 tackling. He's got his whole team standing behind him. Hey, I'll defend you. Stand behind me. And he's got the strength of a malnourished toothpick, bro. It's not the same thing, man. You just gotta... Now I would dash that in the bin stat-wise, man. Stipe Biuk doing it for the Croatian Minims. You know, in the game, he's 20 years old. He's at LAFC as well, which is impressive. And we just appreciate his presence, you know. He's not really great at anything right now. but he is 20. He's got future. He just reminds me of, you know, them supply teachers in school when the teachers called in sick. It's like, yeah, I appreciate your presence, but I know you don't really know what you're talking about. I just like the fact that you're here right now. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a good dribbler, though. I'm trying to ask the question, what would you do in development? In terms of his development, are you going to keep him out wide? Or are you going to try and make him more central? Because he does look like a decent passer. Only problem with that is that it looks like someone threw a brick over his head and now he lost a couple brain cells. Stipe, he is at Strasbourg right now. They've actually played him. So that's why he's developed like this. He looks all right. Very good dribbler. And he turned into a creative winger. So yeah, he did decide to stay out wide. At least he's got a little bit more pace. So yeah, he turned into a average, decent winger. Wisdom Ami. So yeah, if you're from the ends, you know what Ami means. I'm not going to translate it because obviously it's a bit PG, parental guidance, 18 plus. Ami means weed. Yeah, no, he looks like he's indulged heavily in the arts of Ami. Quite obvious, bro. Not enough technical ability on the screen right now, but he is 17. You know what can happen with guys like this with the future and stuff. Wisdom Ami. Prime example of what happens when you train what you're already good at and neglect the things that you was bad at the beginning. It doesn't look like he's developed too much in the technical and mental sections. He was already good physically. So this is the equivalent of you skipping leg day for 45 years of gym. So now you just look like an actual hammer. Like you're just walking around like a hammer now. Skinny legs, but the perfect physique. Givon Simmons. Alright, 17 years old, doing it for the Dutch man them. Quality. See, this guy looks like a squirrel that was hit by a nuke who has now inhaled radioactive material. So now every time he moves side to side, he glitches. And you can't stop him in the art of him moving side to side because he's just so agile. You know what I'm saying? 16 agility, yeah, that's his main asset right now. End product is great in terms of passing. And he's a decent dribbler. Looks like he's going to develop into a creative winger, which is always fantastic for my eyes. I like it. Javon Simons. Imagine if someone had signed him because he's developed like this from the youth team. He's playing for the Jong PSV. That's the youth team, yeah, B team, whatever you want to call it. Imagine if he got first team football. The stats might look a lot better than this. And he still looks great. He's only 21. I'm surprised it doesn't say Wonderkid though. But then again, I heard it drops off after 21. But still, look at the passing, man, dribbler, even natural fitness, agility. This guy looks like he can be signed. John Solis, and out of all of these guys, I don't know what's going to happen with his career. I don't know what's going to happen. In terms of, it could only go up, but what is he going to choose? He could be a creative midfielder if his composure goes up. He could be a box-to-box if he can learn how to shoot better. He could be a ball-winning midfielder if his positioning and tackling gets better. He's 18, by the way, 6'2". Bruv, this guy is literally like Green Lantern. He can just manifest anything he likes, bro. I'm telling you, if he wants a plane, he'll be a plane. If you want to be a boat, god damn it, he'll become a car. Whatever he wants, he's got it. John Solis, and I bet you didn't see this coming after a couple years, bro. He dropped a smoke bomb, disappeared, came back when the smoke cleared. All that dust was gone, and he's a centre-back now. He ain't a midfielder no more. I don't think I'll put him midfield, even though you definitely can. I think, imagine him ball-playing defender. Think about it, bro. Just get the tackling up. It's 13 right now. I think in a lower league, for example, championship football, it's perfect.